Canada's largest airline is now grounded. A strike deadline has passed for more than 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants. Hundreds of flights are cancelled, impacting over 100,000 travelers. The federal government is calling the lack of progress unacceptable.
Air Canada says talks with the union reached an impasse. The union repeatedly rejected Air Canada's request for the federal government to step in and force binding arbitration. Instead, the union said that it wanted to return to the negotiating table with Air Canada. Among the main sticking points in negotiations are wages and the unpaid work that flight attendants do before and after landing. Air Canada says that it is offering a substantial raise and some pay for that work that's done on the ground.
I have some spokespeople here I want to bring in now who've just arrived here at the picket line. Shannon Elliott, you've been a flight attendant and now spokesperson for CUPE, another flight attendant here, Lillian. Can you just explain to me, Air Canada wanted binding arbitration. The union declined that. Why do you think that strike action is going to get you a better deal than what arbitration would have accomplished?
So arbitration generally would give us the status quo. We have an archaic pay system where we don't get paid until the aircraft is moving, and it's just not right. And 90% of Canadians support that. They support that we should be getting paid when we're at work. So binding arbitration, it's going to reinforce the status quo, and that's not where we're at today.
Air Canada flight attendants decided to go on a legal scheduled strike this Saturday, August 16th. But 2 days before, in a surprise press conference held on Thursday, August 14th, the Air Canada Corporation announced that they would lock its flight attendants out. The flight attendants went on scheduled strike, as planned on Saturday, but less than 12 hours into their strike action on Saturday, August 16th, Liberal Jobs Minister Patty Hajdu ordered Air Canada flight attendants back to work. The union representing these workers, CUPE, has called this move by the Liberal government unconstitutional, and as of now, the flight attendants have refused to go back to work. The union said that the Liberal government is rewarding Air Canada for its refusal to bargain fairly by crushing flight attendants' constitutional charter rights to negotiate.
What's your reaction to the fact that we have gotten now to full strike action?
It's absolutely heartbreaking that our employer would rather ground their aircrafts than come to the table and present its employees a fair contract.
It seems the timing of this dispute is making the situation particularly bad.
Yes, absolutely. It's the very busy summer season. Air Canada says so far more than 100,000 people have been impacted, and it says that about 130,000 more travelers will see cancellations for every day that this work stoppage goes on. The advice for travelers is make sure that your flight is still operating before coming to the airport.
We're here until we have a fair contract presented to us from our union.
Okay.